ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕಂತೂ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಮಗ್ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೇಸ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ಗೆನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಓದ್ತಾ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಿಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಓದ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದೆಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಓದ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಹಾಕೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಓದಿದ್ರು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು, ಅದೆಷ್ಟೇ ಜಂಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಏನೇನು ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಟೈಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂತೂ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇಂಥ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತ? ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತ. ಈಗ ಎಡಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಬೇಡ ಇದು ಬೇಕು ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಈಗ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಮಗಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ, ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಲೈನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಪೊಲಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸು, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾಗಳು, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಬೇಕು ಇದು ಬೇಕು. ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬನ್ನಿ. ಹಂಗ್ ಡೌಟ್ ಅನ್ಸಿರಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ, ಸರ್ ಈ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಂಗೆ, ಬೇಕು ಬೇಡ ನಾನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇದು ಬೇಕು ಇದು ಬೇಡ ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು. ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಸರಿ, ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅದಷ್ಟು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಡೆಲಿವರಿಗೆ 9 months ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ 9 months ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 6 months ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಗು ಬದುಕಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವ್ ಏನೇನೋ ಬೇಗ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮುಗಿಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಬಟ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನು. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಡಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಓನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸೇವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು ಓದಿರೋದು ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ದಿವಸ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, 2 ದಿವಸ ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತದೆ, ಅದೇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್. ಬಟ್ ಎಡಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ಗಳು ನೀವು ಓದ್ಬೇಕು. ಉಳಿದಿರೋ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಐಟಮ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಬೇರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ದಾಗಲ್ವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದಂಗಿತ್ತು. ಏನು ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ವೇ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, ಓದ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಕು. ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, 1 ಲೈನ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ, ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ಕತ್ತೀರಿ. 2ನೇ ಲೈನ್ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ, ಇದು ಬೇಡ, 3ನೇ ಲೈನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓದೋದ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ ಓದ್ದೆ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 2 ಲೈನ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಓಕೆ ಅದ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಕಣ್ಣಿ ಕಾಣತ್ತವಾಗ ಓ ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 244(1) 2 ಮೇ ಬಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, 5th ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲು 244(1) ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇದು 2 ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ನೋಟ್ಸು 10 ಲೈನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವು 100 ಲೈನ್ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಿಮಗ್ ಭಯ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಓದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ದೊತ್ತು ಅದಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು 1ನೇ ದಿವಸ ಹಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 2ನೇ ದಿವಸ ಹಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗೋ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ತೀರಿ. ನೀವು ಭಯದಿಂದ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನ್ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಿ. ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೆನಪು ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೀವೇ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ 1 ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು 1 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ರೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫೀರಿಯರಿಟಿ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಬರ್ದಿಟ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಓದ್ಕೊ ತಿನ್ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ. ಅದಾಗದೆ ಇರೋ ಕೆಲಸ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಓದಿ ನೋಡ್ದಂಗ್ ಬರೀರಿ, ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಡೇ ಬೈ ಡೇ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ 1 ವಾರದಲ್ಲೇ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಒಂದೇ ವಾರ. ಸೊ 1 by 1 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೀತಿನೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಇದೇ ತರ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಉಳಿದಿರೋದನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ 4 ಗಂಟೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ 6 ಗಂಟೆ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ರ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂತ. ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಅದೇ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ ನಾನು 10 ಗಂಟೆ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಏನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. 10 ಗಂಟೆ ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಟೈಮ್ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್. ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು. ಹಿಂಗ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಓದಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಎದ್ದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ, ಯಾರೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾನಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ರೈಟ್ ಮೋಡ್. ಟೈಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊ. ಒಂದ್ ದಿವಸ ತಾನೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ತನಗೆ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬೇಡ, ಬಟ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಇದು? ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ, ನೋಡ್ದಂಗೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಈ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ತಲೆಗಿಡ್ಕ ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯಾರೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 1 ವರ್ಷ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಹೋಪಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಅಂದೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ 1. ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಹೋಗಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 ಅವ್ರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಟ್ರ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು ತಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ, ನೀವ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಾಳ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಬಿಡು, ಅದು ಮಿಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ವಾಪಸ್ ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಗಳು. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಓದೋದ್ 4 ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಮ್ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಅದರದೇ ಆದಂತ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದರ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, ಇದ್ರ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀರಿ, ಟೈಮ್ ಸೇವ್. ಸೊ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊತೀರಿ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಪಾಡ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಗಕ್ ಬಿಡಿ. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಬೈನರಿ, ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಿಡಿ. ಲೈಫ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಂಗ್ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ. ಅರ್ಧ ಹಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅರ್ಧ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಗೋಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲೇ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲೇ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳಿ, ನೀವು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಇವು 3 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ರೆಡಿ ಆದ್ರಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಏನಾರು ಇದೆಯಾ? 3 ವೇ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ರೆಡಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. 100 ರೀಸನ್. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ 3 ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ನೀವ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ತಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿರೋ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಈಗ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಕೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ತಲೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಿ, ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಟೈಮು ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ನೀವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 100% ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಲೆಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಯಾಕೆ? ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಇವತ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಒಂದರ ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ. 3 ದಿವಸ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೊಂದರ ಬರೀತೀರಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿನ 1 ಬರೆಯೋಣ ಅನ್ಸಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದಿನ 2 ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದ್ ಬೇಡವೇ ಬೇಡ, ಹೊರಗ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲದು ಸಮನಾಗಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ 1 ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, 1 ಬರೀತೀನಿ, ಅದೇ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಯಾಕೆ? 1 ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಹೆಂಗಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾಳೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಗೋಲ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 2ಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ನೀವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 100% ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಅದು ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. 100% ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ವಿಚಾರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? 100% ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹುಡುಗನ್ನೇ ಹುಡುಕೋತೀನಿ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಡಿಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋ ಹುಡುಗ ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊರತು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದು ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಓದೋದು ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ರಾಶಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ ರೂಮ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಓದೋದು ಅಂತ, ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗ್ತೀರ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸುಳ್ಳು. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, 100% ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, 100% ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ, 100% ಬೇರೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ, 395 ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅರ್ದು ಕುಡಿದ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್, ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ ಸಿಗ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಎಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕೇ ಹೊರತು ಹೀಗೆ ನಾನು ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋ. ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀರಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಒಳಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಒಳಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಬರ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ನೀವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಡೌಟ್ 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಟೈಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲೇ, ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಡೌಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ನಾನು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಹಿಂಗೋ ಟೀ ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಡೌಟ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಟಕ್ ಅಂತ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮಲಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತೆಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೊಸದ್ ಕಲ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಅದು ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಇತ್ತು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗುಡ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಓನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತೆ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 10 ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಒಂದು 10 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ಓನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಂದು ಅದು ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ, ಇವತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ತೆ, ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಓನಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಕಲ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೋರಮ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಕೆ ಕಲ್ತೆ, ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು 10 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕಲ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. ಪವರ್ 10 10 10 10 10 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡೈಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರೀರಿ, ದಿನ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಜಯ್?
Bring back the Indians.
So always whenever the people are struck outside, okay, so we'll be doing some operations. So that is Operation Ajay. So to safeguard people from India in Israel or in Palestine, both, because they are suffering there. See, you all know that if a civil servant want to contest for election, or any other person, political person want to contest for election, so he is maybe MP or he may be MLA, he want to contest for MP election. Yes, he can contest. Only after winning he has to resign. But if a civil servant wants to contest for election, he must resign and go, because a civil servant must maintain civil service neutrality. So here in Madhya Pradesh, so he wanted to contest, but his resignation is not accepted. So that means he cannot contest. Okay. So, so that is, we just learn from this. No need of, if you want, you can read, but no need to worry about it. So, EC wraps Telangana government ahead of polls, transfers many IAS and IPS officers. Election Commission becomes powerful during the election time. That means they can make all transfers. They have all the powers. State government cannot do anything, because they know that the some officers will be inclined to party. So they want to replace, they want to put a neutral political officers there. So ahead of course transfers many IAS and IPS officers. So it is their wish. Usually for 5 years government will be doing all those transfers and all, but now only government election commission will be powerful. Okay. Yes, election commission discretion, that is what I'm saying. It just orders. Okay, remove means put these officers in this place. Just government has to follow. No. So completely election commission will be powerful during election time. Okay, no need to give any. No. Means if it is a malified intention, you can challenge. Always that is there. If with a wrong intention you are planning for something like that, then always you can challenge. That is always there. But what means, so you particularly to help that party, they are putting particular political party person only there, something like that. If you feel and you have evidence, then you can challenge in the court. Okay, so always that is there. See, nobody is like unquestionable. Everyone is. For example, whenever the president appoints a prime minister, so you cannot question that. But again, if it is with a bad intention or something, always you can question. There is no restriction on that. Okay. So morning, say now I told like what article to choose. See here, Congress should not use caste mobilization as the communalization counter. See, this is talking about a political news. Okay. Miss, still you can learn from that. I am not saying that it is completely not. That is mainly political thing. So second editorial. Spring cleaning. Fixing gray area is good, but the GST regime needs to broader reform plan. So this is not political news. This is about GST. Okay, goods and service tax. So some reform they are trying to bring. So that is spring cleaning there. So this is required for the exam. So you decide, okay, I am going to study this article or not. So here, Modinomics failed to buck the trend. So this is what type? So your title itself, you give, gives. What is this? Modinomics fair to buck the trend. They're talking about economy. Okay, but target means particularly talking about what Modi has done. That means the present government has done. So whether is it in line with the existing trend or something misleading? So this is not political news. This is economics. But this article is required or not? They are talking about how our economy is performing, what mistakes they are doing. So definitely this is, you can use for your exam. UN Security Council reform is a song in a loop. See, again, international body, United Nations Security Council, it is there in the syllabus. So it is important for it. So you decide I want to study. But sometimes we skip something because of repetitiveness. Okay, so that you have to learn, that art you have to learn. Okay, already so many times we have read this. Let us not worry. For example, next, women quota, rhetoric and reality. How many articles we have seen? Women quota related things. So continuously articles are coming and also it will come. So when we are reading the first time article detailed, second somewhat okay again. Always focus on 3 type of articles. One you have to read like completely for article, means which is supporting. One is against. One is neutral. Sir, how will come to know? See, heading and here one small paragraph will be there, no? So that will give the hint. See, for example, Parliament has committed an egregious folly in fusing women's reservation with delimitation. So this is clearly giving me idea. It is talking against a bill. That art you have to learn. See, no need of reading whole article and decide, okay, whether it is required or not. That is talking, okay, against. If you have already read one article against that, then no need of worrying about this article. So one article up against, one for, one neutral. So sometimes, unfortunately, you cannot gauge. So you have to read. So don't worry too much. It's not like a big loss. And once you are reading 4th article, 5th, 6th article, so you should be knowing where to focus in the article. Just if you glance, you will understand, okay, here some data is there, some point is, just mark it. Got it? So, women's quota, rhetoric and reality. This is important, no doubt about it. But whether to read or not, you have to decide. One is which is not important, leave it. Another is which is important, which whether I have to read it. Okay. So here, the guardians of power. So for so many days, I am not focusing here because mostly political things are coming. But when something about this is about Maharashtra. The post of guardian ministers is becoming a point of contention among the allies. Okay. So it looks political, but it is also like talking about this political point of view, some information may be available. Then you have to read. Okay. Okay. So that will be there on that cutting will be there forever. Even after you become officer. Okay. So you will see, I wanted to read this. Again, you will not read because at that time you don't have time. Okay. So that's completely waste. That is completely waste. At max, you can keep 10 articles pending for reading. If you are crossing that, you will never read. So, for example, sir, I want to put 11th article there. Finish one article and keep it. So, after that, it is of no use. Okay. I also kept this much on fine day with simply because it will hurt. Keep on hurting that I have to read, that I have to read, that I have to read, guilty feeling. So, okay, do Delhi migrants approve the idea of remote voting? So this topic helps you. Okay, they're talking about remote voting. So what is that concept? So what exactly they want? So just some points you can glance, you'll feel whether which is important. So all articles you should not read in depth. Okay, let us take UN Security Council reform is a song in loop. So, Shashi Tharoor has written this article. UN Security Council. What is this UN Security Council? Okay, it's an organ of the United Nations. What is the purpose of this? To maintain peace in the whole world. But that is not happening. After World War II, okay, when earlier League of Nations was converted as a United Nations. So United Nations is having so many organs. You know that United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Security Council, UNICEF, okay, UNCTAD, so many things, commercial wing, trade related thing, so security related thing, general related thing. So many things are okay. So United Nations Security Council, earlier, once the United Nations was formed, the number of members were also less. The countries, actually, those who won the World War, they were the core members. So we call mainly like P5 countries. 5 countries are there, P5 countries. What are those countries? So France, Russia, America, China, England. So how to remember? France, Russia, America, China, England. So N is for nothing. So 5 countries. So at that time, who are powerful, they became the core members. That means they are having veto power. Any decision, one country says no means no. No need of like 2, 3 or something. One says no means that cannot be implemented. And United Nations Security Council at that time was consisting of 11 members. Okay. But later, very small group United Nations expanded to all 193 countries. 193 countries are there. Now all are members of United Nations. And Security Council, once they expanded, another 4 members they added from 11 to 15. But what is this reform? Why reform required? See, in United Nations, so many powerful countries are there, but they don't have power. Earlier concept was like winning countries having all the power. It is like we are leading the whole nation, whole world. So we want to help everyone. But for example, Japan is contributing so much to the United Nations. Still, it is in the list of enemy countries. So that need to be changed. We are treating it as our home and we are contributing like anything. So many countries are sending their army troops to United Nations peacekeeping forces. Correct, no? Whenever something happens in the world, so they will go and protect. But that is not doing anything like that. See, in Palestine, Israel, it is going on. They are simply telling, okay, don't do this, don't do this. But they are not helping anyway to stop the war. Russia-Ukraine war, they are not doing. So reforms are required. You change the power equations. Add, India wants to join core countries. They are not allowing. Security Council on rotation basis, it is coming, not regularly. Correct? So many reforms are required, so many powers are required. Everyone is accepting, yes, reforms are required. But nobody is ready to give powers to other countries. It is just like 10 doctors are deciding on a patient, means diagnosing, oh, this problem is there, that problem is there. Problems they are identifying, but they are not giving prescription. They are not giving that give. This doctor says that tablet, this doctor says this tablet. He says that is side effect, this is side effect. And keep on arguing, no use. Patient is dead. So everyone is okay, yes, there is a problem. Everyone is accepting there is a problem. But no, they are not ready to change the things. Okay. So that's what United Nations reform in the loop. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಹೇಳೋ ಕಿಸ್ಬೈ ದಾಸ ಅಂತ. No action. Okay. So more than 3 decades after the debate first started over fundamental reforms at the United Nations. That means 30 years back, they discussed, okay, we have to change something. In the General Assembly session of the World Body, they decided, okay, we need reforms. At that time, the Turkey president, Erdogan, now also is there. Okay. The Security Council has ceased to be guarantor of the world security and has become a battleground for the political strategies of the 5 countries. The original purpose of the Security Council is to ensure the world security, but that is not happening, that is not doing. Instead of that, it is just political strategies are being discussed on the platform. They are just fighting for the political power, nothing else. So that was a direct comment by the Turkey head. Even the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres issued a stern warning. The world has changed. Our institutions have not. World has changed like anything. These institutions need change. We cannot effectively address problems as they are if institutions do not reflect the world as it is. So institution must be the reflection of the world. If we are keep on holding the power like this, so it's of no use. It will not serve any purpose. Instead of solving problems, they risk becoming part of the problem. Please, write these lines and use in your answers. So powerful lines. There he is telling truth. Who? Secretary General. Okay. Secretary General of UN is saying, see, you must reflect whatever the world is. So then only it is possible. There is a value for that institution. Otherwise, instead of solving the problem, you will become part of the problem. See the lines, powerful lines. Okay. And this is about just what is happening. It is just a blame from Erdogan. But this line it can be used anywhere, about any institution. Whenever we are talking about, for example, Niti Aayog was formed. Earlier, Planning Commission was there and that was cancelled. Niti Aayog was formed. So you can write this line. So institution must reflect the present scenario. That is why the government cancelled Planning Commission, which was the symbol of this socialism, which means what we followed from the command economy of USSR. USSR collapsed. Then why you want to follow the same institution? So change according to the need. That's why from Planning Commission to Niti Aayog came. How you can use some powerful line. Don't feel like whether one line, yes, take that so that you can write in your answers. It could not have put more bluntly, but we have heard this song before. Everyone is keep on saying from 30 years, the same thing. Politically, it is untenable that 5 members, China, France, Russia, UK, and US, enjoy their position and privilege of veto over any council resolution or decision. Okay. And he is criticizing author just because he is making fun of it. Just because 76 years back they have won some war. For that purpose, we have to listen to them even today. So that glory is gone. Okay. I was serving as okay. See, he's telling since how long it is pending. Actually, United Nations security reform, at the time they said that in the 50th year celebration, we will bring the reform. So I'm saying now we are celebrating the 75th. Still no reforms. Okay. So unjust situation in terms of equity. What is that unjust situation? The reforming the Security Council is akin to the malady in which a number of doctors gather around a patient but agree with the diagnosis but not ready to give prescription. Security Council reflects the geopolitical reality of 1945. Yes, after World War II, that was essential. Now it has changed. When UN was founded in 1945, Council consists of 11 members out of the 51 countries. At that time, total countries were 51. 5 were core countries, 11 were Security Council members. Now that is 22% of the members were on the Security Council. Now strength is 193. 22% means how many should be there? At least 40. But still it is 15 only. So based upon the need, it should be at least 40. So now that is not there. Today 193 countries, only 15 members. It is just 8%. So earlier Security Council was 22% of the United Nations. Now it is just 8%. What is the purpose? If more countries are there, they will talk about their problems and we can give solution for it. Correct? So that is not happening. And another thing, second point. One is this one, overall. Second point he's highlighting. See, in that countries also, what is the weightage given to which, like West, East? Okay. So the European countries, okay, constitute only 5% of the population, that too excluding Russia. Okay. So, but controls 33% of the seats in any year. 5% population, but they are having 33% seats in Security Council. If you see, European countries will be 1/3. So you must accommodate the countries like China. China is there anyway, but India, which is most populous, which is contributing 17% of the population. But representation, that is one time they will get, another time they will not get. That's what they are saying. And Japan, third point, Japan and Germany, okay, have for decades been second and third largest contributors to United Nations budget. Second and third largest contributors. Okay. But still they are in the list like enemy countries because of the World War story. So what will motivate them if you still keep on telling that you are enemy country kind of thing, but they are contributing like anything? Yes. Next point. So how to reform? Why it is difficult to change anything in the United Nations Charter? Means to give power or something. So actually you need amendment. For that amendment, 2/3 majority of the membership, that is out of 193 countries, 129 countries must vote in the General Assembly, means favoring that decision. Okay. And would further have to be ratified by 2/3 of the member states. Got it? So ratification is usually parliamentary procedure. So that means even if it is accepted in the first level, so ratification level, 2/3 members, 129 support is very difficult. So it is not happening. Okay. So then you need to think about bringing change for that also. And apart from that, these 5 countries, if one says no, gone, nothing will happen. So that is the biggest problem, to change something else. And here it's talking about who is demanding what. Everyone, like ours is this much population, we need at least 1 seat, 2 seat. So African Union saying that we are having 54 countries, at least 2 seats you have to give to us. So that is the demand they are telling. Okay. And continuing gridlock, that is deadlock. So simply it is like keep on asking, they are telling yes, it is required. It is not happening because amendment process is also difficult and P5 countries are not at all willing to give power. Okay. So that's it. This you can read, Modinomics.
It's happening.
Hmm.
Last tried for membership.
See, whatever happens in the world, still Europe means Western countries or Western powers are powerful. So 2 things goes in parallel. One is keep on demanding. Another is establishing other institutions. It is not like that to always, see, that's what I said. It is never binary. Well, for preparation also I said, accept everything. So don't say that only this will happen, this will happen. One side, for example, IBank are not ready to change their power equations. What we have done, what China has done, Asian Development Bank, BRICS Bank, okay, AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Why? Because you are not ready to accept, we will do our own institution. But are we stopping the demands? No. Keep on asking. Because already it is established, powerful. So if we get chance there, that is good for us. But if it is not happening, we are parallelly doing. It is not like always I will try only that or I will only do this. So, same way. United Nations Security Council is powerful. So if amendments happen there, that is good for everyone. If it is not happening, we are doing the local arrangements, so many things. Correct? No? In China, Shanghai Cooperation Organization is there. In United Nations also, to fight against terrorism, the wing is there. Convention is there. Here also we are doing. See, local efforts are continuously going. If we get a chance, fine. And your mind should be like this. It is not like that we'll only fight for amendment, we'll get changes there. If it is not going to happen, because already after 76 years also it is not happening. But we should not lose hope. On fine day it may happen. Then no problem. So let it be. And meanwhile, we need to find solution locally. So we are doing this. ಈ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. How to answer, how to think. Don't go binary. Only this is the solution. In for personal life also apply the same thing. You'll become successful. Only this, only this, only this. No. I will put effort here also, and simultaneously whatever possible options are there, that also I will try. There is nothing wrong about it trying. For example, if you take the history in 1916, Home Rule League movement was going on. Why actually Tilak and Ani Besant separately doing Home Rule League? Because Congress was divided house, moderate and extremist, so no progress was there. But the same Ani Besant and Tilak was putting effort to unite them. Then if they are trying to unite, why they launched a Home Rule League? We cannot trust. They are trying since 1911. But it happened in 1916. So people may ask, sir, in 1916 only Home Rule League was started. But they were not sure whether they will unite 16 or 17 or 18. Or they may not unite also. But their plan they executed, Home Rule League separate. Once the Congress united, in the next moment, Congress only launched non-cooperation movement. Are you getting the point? Their preparation is, they are only putting effort to unite them. At the same time, don't want to wait. Let us launch the movement on our own. If they are united earlier, no problem. We can cancel this. So later, that is what happened. Once the Congress is united back, again the United Congress and Muslim League launched the non-cooperation movement. What we do means, we like mistake is on trying, okay, that will only happen, that will only happen. So always option A, option B, option C, options. Be ready for everything. If somebody criticizes why you are doing separately, okay, if they unite, we will cancel this, we'll go with Congress. If not united, why to waste the time? Let us finish up this event. So keep it simple. Why it is like that? When they are putting effort, it means they don't have trust. No, not like that. It is not about trust or something. You may be interested to have good relationship with Pakistan. Other people will not leave you to do that. So think like that. So in women's quota, one interesting point they have mentioned is, even we also discussed, but they highlighted. You can read. I will just tell what is there in that. They are saying that in 2029, we are going to implement it. What is the reason they are giving for that? In 2026, a delimitation commission will reassess and allocate seats accordingly. So author is highlighting, you did 73rd and 74th amendment, means which you gave reservation for women in Panchayat Raj and urban local bodies, 33% reservation. Did you worry about the new census, new commission or something? No, right? Simply in my existing thing you gave. Now also you can do the same thing. Second thing, do you need, okay, to assess what is the population through census only? By default, nature says 50%. It may be 49, it may be 48, but nearly. Do you need a census to assess what is the, for SC, for ST, for backward something, you need, okay, how much population is where? For women, do you need a census and Okay, delimitation commission to assess and divide the seats and give. By default, nature says 50%. So it will be around that. And you are not giving 50%, 33%. For that, really, you need to wait. Not required. So that's what they are saying. Simply you are tying. Okay. So here, Parliament has committed on egregious folly in fusing women's reservation. So unnecessarily, you are linking with the delimitation commission. That's what they are saying. Some data, if you want to see. See, in case of women's reservation law, the reality is that about half the population are women and they are underrepresented in the parliament. So this is what you are supposed to see. And state legislative bodies. Reports show that the maximum allowed 550 seats in the Lok Sabha, only 82 are there. That is 15% are women now in the Lok Sabha. And 12% are women in the Rajya Sabha. The present situation. Global Gender Gap Report places this in a macroscopic context by showing that India ranks 141 out of 185 in the list. So where we stand in the gender gap index, 141th rank. So we need to put such effort to push women in the parliament and also in all fields. Remove that gap. That should be our focus. Next. Article 81 as well as Article 170 of the Constitution talks about allocation of seats to Lok Sabha as well as state legislative assemblies based on the population. Okay. So, number of seats in the Lok Sabha and state should have a correlation with the population. So far, so practicable. Criteria should be same for all states. Article 170 talks about state legislative assemblies. 81 is about parliament. Okay. So 170 is about state legislative assembly. However, delimitation is a contentious issue. It acts as an incentive for population that we already discussed. Means more the population, you'll get more seats. So that is a contentious issue. But for women, that is not required. That's what they want to say. Whatever may be the population, it's roughly around 50%. So no need of worrying about. So here they are highlighting. 73rd and 74th, you did not worry about this to give reservation to women. Now why you are worrying about some attached conditions? Okay, anyway, this data is important for you. Article numbers are important. And why they are connecting that to that. So, remote voting is required or not? It is required, no doubt about it. Why? Because many people will not go to their villages for voting. But that problem will be solved soon, within next. They are bringing a system where you are not going to register for anything. The moment your birth happens and your Aadhaar card. Once the Aadhaar card is there, whatever address you put in the Aadhaar card, automatically, the moment you turn 18, automatically voter card will come to you in that address. So repetition will be avoided. For everything, whatever you need at that age, so automatically that system will start delivering. For example, your driving license. Only thing, it will be ready. You have to go and give the test. If it is approved, then it will be transferred to your account. Ration card. So based on census, all the data is available. You are eligible. Your card will be ready and delivered to you. So no duplication, no fake cards. Everything can be eliminated. So in this problem will be solved. Now you will be like, oh, my vote is in village. That will not happen. So automatically your voting will be there in the place where you are. So then remote voting question will not arise. That's what I want to say. Automatically it will be in your own place. You are in Vijayanagar. So for study purpose, but okay, you will be voting here only. Once you go back to work, there only it will be there. So remote voting will not be required in future. But how about the people who are there abroad? Indians are there in America and some. So how, whether they need it or not? For them, it is required. There is no option. Or again, if you want to contest like against, no, not required. So in that place, only embassies will be there. You put voting machine there only, let them put vote. Okay. So which place they have to vote? When they left India, no? At that time, where was the residence? Based on that, you make arrangement there only. Let them vote. And another category is army people, for whom they have to vote. For whom they have to vote. Because they will be in borders or somewhere where there is no particular constituency or something. So for them, now it is a postal voting is there. Postal ballot voting is there. Maybe for them it is required. Okay. So here 47% of respondents tended to trust remote voting. And 30% expressed distrust. 47% said we trust it. 31%, no, we cannot trust that remote voting. Somebody will vote. In the existing voting booth only, somebody will come and vote. What about remote voting? Somebody will influence and so like that. So obviously that is also a valid point. If somewhere they are voting means somebody can influence them. You in front of me only put vote. I want to see. Take this pink note, you will put vote now. So that problem is there. Anyway. Who? No. Okay, residents you are saying. No. They cannot vote like that. You have to use again postal ballot only. Your place is in Tumkur. You are working for election duty in Bengaluru. So you have to exercise postal ballot. How your voting is there and how you can vote here? So postal ballot will be given to you. You have to vote for them and it will be counted there only. I am talking about residents. That is different. This is different. So concerns about the government fact check unit. So we discussed it long back. Government, but we said both for and against. Fact check unit. What news comes, whatever the item comes. So government will check and release. But what if it is misused? If it is from opposition party or someone, they don't want to release it. So that they will get advantage. They will suppress that data in the name of fact check. So that we discussed. So what do Information Technology, Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code Amendment Rules 2023 say about identifying fake news? Who has filed petition against the amended rules? What has the court observed about the editorial content online? So somebody has filed a petition against it. That is a possibility. See, in the name of fact check, you are saying that I will check whether it is correct or not. Even though it is correct, but if it is released, it will help the opposition parties. So they will say, no, this is wrong. So we will not allow it to publish. People will not come to know at all. So Bombay High Court reserved its verdict on a batch of petition challenging constitutionality of the IT rules 2023. Because it is a right to know. Citizens have the right to know. So it is acting against that. So challenged in the court. In April this year, MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and IT promulgated 2023 IT rules, which amended IT rules 2021 and allowed the ministry to appoint a fact-checking unit. When it came, at that time only we discussed in detail. So after that, it is in court now. Petitioner contended that a provision would enable government-led censorship. So government is doing censorship. Means what to be released to the people, what should not be. Online and empower the government to be prosecutor, the judge in that loose sense and the executioner. Actually, who has to do all these things? Different organs are there. Government itself is acting like a judiciary. Government itself is deciding what should be given or not. So that is wrong. So what constitutes the truth online. It is deciding what is truth. Obviously, it will favor it in its benefit only. So even the same thing we discussed. So you can read this. Any doubt here? Simple thing. IT rule says we have a fact check unit. So they will check whether the online data is correct or not. If it is correct, then only we'll publish it. Otherwise, we'll remove it. How you know that? If it is given to you, then you can say that, no, this is right or wrong. If they are saying it is not correct, what is the use? What is the use? See, Operation Polo. What is this? Operation Polo, one of the important events in our history. So when we got independence, there were 552 princely states. Out of that, somehow Patel and team succeeded in uniting 549 princely states with India. 3 were not ready to join India. One is Raja Hari Singh of Kashmir, another is Junagadh, and third is Hyderabad Nizam. So these people are not ready. So, but we wanted an opportunity. This Hyderabad Nizam want to join to Pakistan. That is in the heart of the India. If Pakistan is there, it is very dangerous. Somehow we wanted to join that to India, but Nizam was not ready. At that time, we got an opportunity, excuse to attack Hyderabad Nizam, because the Razakars means army of the Nizam, Hyderabad Nizam. So they were doing some atrocities against in his constituency, means place. Okay. So Patel said, we cannot tolerate the atrocities, human rights violation against the citizens of India. Actually, they are not citizens of India at that time. Correct? So simply I can say we wanted to somehow take it. But he said, no. In independent India, we won't tolerate all these things. So attack. So he gave instructions to army. That is Operation Polo. Attacked on Razakars and merged, Hyderabad with India. Okay. And Nizam fled to Pakistan, and he came back. Then he was given with a governor post. Okay. So this is the memorial for the people who were killed in the Rajakars attack. Gota village, Bidar district, as seen in this. Okay. So I said that Rajakars were harassing the people, attacking. So in that memorial, see this Operation Polo. In prelims, they will ask such question. After the country won its freedom, Indian army forces were sent to overcome the kingdom's troops. The aftermath of this event, September 13, 1948, is still being researched, investigated, and written about. Will you read this? It's a history. Okay.
Situation is almost similar to Palestine and Israel. Like
Yeah, you can connect.
So if there's a clear demarcation between Palestine and Israel, much of the
No, that is fine. Like same thing on. So Israel want Gaza Strip, West Bank, Jerusalem at any cost. Now they are getting an excuse to take it. Simple. They need it. Hamas attacked. Now they are taking that as an excuse and gave a military. You completely eliminate the Gaza Strip from the Palestine. That means add it to Israel. If before Hamas attacked, if Israel was doing this, too much opposition will be there for attacking the sovereignty of a country. Now it is an excuse to take that area. They are using that opportunity. Okay. The same thing here also. India wanted that. That's what, same thing. They are also doing the same thing. Okay. Similar, not exactly same, but similar, means conceptually you can connect. You want it, you want some excuse. Here also we want that Hyderabad at any cost, got an excuse. Okay. So now also do the same thing. In Sri Lanka, people are suffering. Can you do the same thing? We'll take Sri Lanka to India there because Tamilians are suffering. So it is international rules, but that was not an option. That's what. Even if you are there, I was there. We have to do the same thing. Otherwise, we will suffer like anything. India will suffer like anything. Okay. So please read this. See what sense you will get after reading this is very important. But this is plain English. No need of explanation and all. You can easily read. CBI register FCRA case against NewsClick and others. FCRA. What is FCRA? NewsClick founder was arrested with under UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Okay. So, and actually there is no terrorist act from him, but he was registered almost in that same case. And CBI registered FCRA case against NewsClick. What is FCRA? Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. So foreign contribution. So foreign money is coming. For what purpose it is coming? So always they will be checking whether it's a good intention or bad intention. So help someone or to create a problem in India. So CBI registered FCRA case against him. Okay. So you must know about FCRA. That is important. Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. You have to do homework. India likely to skip China's Belt Road Initiative Summit. We are not attending at all, actually. We are not interested. Why? Belt Road Initiative. One belt, one road. So, China is doing like see, this is China. One belt, one road. So, see, it is connecting all the countries. This is one road from China, Pakistan, Iran, like this road connectivity. Earlier, China was having that route ancient times for silk supply. Okay, we also called Silk Road. So that is one road, one belt. It is crossing Pakistan, and it is having a road with China to Pakistan. Actually, it is crossing Jammu Kashmir. Okay, so in using Indian borders, it is crossing SIP. Okay, so that is what the concern is. China-Pakistan economic corridor. Whether they are doing with a trade interest or with a security, like strategic. So if they are going through, they can always watch India, right? Whether India should join this or not. That was the question. India did not join. If we join, it is like support. We are accepting that. Second thing, we are allowing the enemies to watch us. Okay, anyway, whether we like it or not, they are doing that. But not ready to, join in that summit. So because we oppose CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, because we were strategically using that position, we don't accept that. So anyway, that is not your part. First of all, what you are going, that is our part. So that is the contention.